Hello, welcome to another edition of Northern Southerner Beer Reviews, and this time I'm doing my first supermarket beer. Some people out there look down upon supermarket beers because it hasn't got the big brewer's name on them, but if you go to Marks and Spencer, they do some great variety of beers under their own banner, but behind them there are beers. The beers are brewed by Bateman's and Adnams. If you go to Sainsbury's, I think they use St Peter's and Fuller's. If you go to Tesco's, they use a variety of different beer brewers, and this one is actually a BrewDog beer. Now I had this about over a year ago, and it did blow my mind. It was one of the highlights of last year's beer drinking, if you know what I mean. And this beer really did blow my mind because it was so good, and I managed to kind of like get some more in. And when I saw it, I thought, let's get hold of it and do it. So, boys and girls, it is Tesco's finest double American IPA, lovely jubbly, by BrewDog, at 9.2%. Lovely jubbly. There you go, boys and girls. And that is the backside with all the info if you want it. Just move that light up a bit, it's a bit glaring. There you go. There she is again. Right. So let's crack her open, because when I did have it, I remember the aroma was absolutely fantastic. So it's a plain black crown. There is that plain black crown. Oh, it's hops. Just seeing if there's any sort of info about the hops, and it doesn't say. It was a bugger really. First of all, peach, mango, pineapple, plum, orange. It smells wonderful, absolutely wonderful. Just finished off the last beer, so let's pour out. And it did take me by surprise, this one, when I had it. Look at that. Look at that. I'll bugger that one up and all night. But it's kind of like quite cloudy. Hardly any carbonation running off there, what I can see anyway. Oh, and I'll have to dive in for a minute. Hang on. It's getting fruity in the glass. I think it's fruity in the glass anyway. It's very similar to the neck in aroma. It's, you know what? It's like, is it opal fruits? Well, you don't get opal fruits now. Starburst. Is it Starburst? When you smell the sweets, it smells like that, because it's got all them fruity notes that I associate with it. Also, fruit salad as well. Remember them fruit salad sweets you get? Well, years ago. I don't think you do get them now. It's very much like that as well. But it's just beautiful. It just feels like, you know, smells like a fruit bowl. You can get hold of a fruit bowl of perfectly ripe fruit and stick your nose in it, and that's what you get. Now it's calmed down a bit. It's quite cloudy. There's hardly any carbonation running off there at all. I would say it's kind of like a cloudy gold going on. I haven't chilled it. It's kind of like a room temp. Um, so yeah, it looks quite nice. So cheers everybody. Gonna go in, give it a go. Big, powerful, hot bitterness, grapefruit bitterness there. In fact, it's very much taking over everything else. I'll just have to go in again and try and get more flavours out of it. There's elements of fruits there. You're picking it up. The pineapple's there. Maybe a hint of mandarins there. Maybe even lychee. You know, that Chinese fruit. Japanese fruit or Chinese, whatever. That's there. The apricot's coming out. Definitely pineapple. It feels a real tropical mix of fruit within this beer, and it's layered on this big, quite an overpowering grapefruit bitterness running through. I do like this beer. I must admit, I am a fan of IPAs. Sometimes, you know, let's get on to the strength of things. When we talk about strength of beers, right, you know, it's easy for me, I don't know, to go and say I had a beer the other day, you know, it was 8 point blah 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 percent, it was wonderful and everything. Look, from my point of view, when you drink beer, it's nothing to do about the strength, it's to do with the taste. If it tastes good, whether it's 2% ABV or 12% ABV, it's a good beer. Just because a beer is strong doesn't mean to say it tastes good. If a beer is weak, doesn't mean to say it tastes good. It's all down to the expertise of the brewer, and it also is down to the individual and their palate. Now, for me, this beer blew my mind when I first had it. Now I'm having it now for this review. It's not as significant. Maybe it's because I've had better beers since I've had it. I don't know. But it's still it is a good beer. How many bottles could you have of this? 9.2%. Not too sure. But it's all down to the taste. It's all down to the skill of the brewer. And for me, this one gets a big thumbs up. I highly recommend it. So boys and girls, I'm 8 minutes in. I'm going to wrap this one up because it could go on for another 8 minutes. The mood I'm in. Tesco's Finest, BrewDog's American Double IPA and 9.2%. I'm actually going to buy some people these, and I'm going to give them to the people and see what they think of it. It's a good beer. I wouldn't like to have too many of them though. So on that score, thank you for watching. As always, thank you for watching my beer reviews. Please subscribe, and I'll see you again on my next one. So cheers, thanks a lot.